Good afternoon everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, let's do a walk around and tour of the newly refreshed 2025 Ford Maverick. Now recently I did do a review on the Lariat trim level, which is going to be the next step up above this trim level, which is the XLT. But this XLT does have the 302A package, which is the luxury package for this vehicle, and it does give you some nice convenience upgrades. Specifically, you do get a heated steering wheel with this one, heated seats, power driver's seat, which is up to 8 ways, and you do have remote start on this one. This one here also does have the 13.2-inch infotainment system, which is all new for 2025, and overall this XLT is pretty nicely equipped. With that being said, a huge thank you to Bob Thomas Ford, which is a part of the Thomas Auto Group here in McKinney, Texas, for giving us some time with this one today. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started. As you can see, starting off with the key fob, it's going to be your typical Ford key, and it does feel pretty nice in your hands. You're going to have your controls here, which includes your lock, unlock, remote start, and your panic button. To remote start the vehicle is make sure the vehicle is locked, and double click the remote start button twice, and the engine will start right up. And when you're finished, double click the button again, and it'll shut itself off from there. Starting off here in the front of the vehicle, as you can see, you do have a very unique blacked out grille, and as you can see, it does look really nice. You have your Ford badge right there front and center as well. You do have your black recovery hooks at the bottom, as you can see, and you do have your standard LED daytime running lights on this one, although they're pretty faint, as well as your halogen projector headlamps. Checking out your wheels and tires on this one, we were taking a look at a set of Pirelli Scorpion ATR tires, and these are on 17-inch wheels. These measure 225/65 or 17s all the way around. Coming over to the door, this vehicle does have a smart key access system, allowing for easy access to the exterior as well as the interior. By having the key fob in your pocket and come to the door handle, there's a touch sensor inside. Just put your hand in, and the vehicle will indicate unlocking, so you can jump on inside. And then when you're finished, close it, put your hand here and tap it, and one beep will indicate that the vehicle is locked. The exterior color of this one is finished off in space white metallic with the Navy Pier cloth interior with medium slate accenting. Coming over to the door panels, you can see you're going to have some soft molded injection plastic on top of here. And then down here though, you do have some softer material. You have a standard door handle, your unlock and lock switches, your power mirror controls, your power windows, and you have a decent sized map pocket here followed by a small cup holder. To start the vehicle, this vehicle, of course, like I said, does have the smart key access system, so it does also have remote start. By having the key fob on your person or within the vehicle itself, just simply put your foot on the brake and hit the button to go. Very nice. The Maverick does come standard with a fully leather wrapped rocking pinion power steering wheel with controls on the left as well as on the right sides. Left is going to be for your cruise control settings, followed by your volume controls here for your audio system. To the right, you're going to have your controls that deal specifically with the instrument cluster, as well as your seat track, hands-free telephone, as well as your hands-free voice for your Bluetooth system. Coming up here, we're taking a look at a digital instrument cluster, and it does look really nice. To the left, you're going to have your coolant temperature. To the right, you're going to have your fuel gauge, and in the middle is going to be your driver information center. As you can see, we're taking a look at a bit of information, which includes current speed, your compass, your seatbelt reminder, and then at the bottom, you're going to have your vehicle odometer reading, exterior temperature, gear selector, your auto start stop feature being disabled, and then the vehicle's miles to empty as far as the gas is concerned. As you can see, you can cycle through a couple different things here on the screen via the steering wheel. And as you can see here, you do have your trip 1 information, as well as trip 2 information, as well as your fuel economy average. And then we come out a little bit, we're going to have our menu, which includes our My View, trip/economy, towing, status information, vehicle maintenance, audio, your phone, as well as settings. Coming over here, we're taking a look at a 13.2-inch display, which is all new for 2025 on all Ford Mavericks. And as you can see, this is something that is very welcoming to anyone who wanted to upgrade to a 2025 Maverick. Now, with that being said, this is the Ford Design Experience, as they call it. And as you can see, is basically an Android interface system. So you are going to have some Google-based apps in this vehicle right now, which is very, very cool, especially if you're someone who likes to watch YouTube and stuff. You will definitely enjoy seeing that here in the Maverick. Now, with that being said, taking a look here, we're looking at your audio system, and it's going to show all your sources right here, which includes your AM, FM, and Sirius XM radio. You have your seek track down here. You can change your stations right here, direct tune up there, and then your sound adjustments right there. You're going to have your preset stations here, and then you have your climate control settings down here, which we'll go through towards the end. Come back to our home page. It's going to show us, of course, our audio system, our phone, and then you have 3 separate things here, which includes your settings, features, and apps. Come over to connect your phone. That's going to allow you to connect your phone via Bluetooth, or you can connect to a connection option that's already in the vehicle for you. And of course, it's going to make it your primary phone. You can listen to Bluetooth audio, and of course, if you have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility, you will be able to put that into use. Come over to phone settings here. You can delete and take off one of the 2, as you can see here, as far as the devices are concerned. And then come over here to our settings. This is where we'll be able to adjust, make changes, and as you can see, make it your own. So you have things such as your radio, phone list, sound, vehicle, clock, general, display, connectivity, followed by vehicle hotspot, mobile apps, software updates, Ford Assistant, 911 Assist, as well as valet mode. I'm going to go through a couple of different settings here so that way you guys get the full understanding of how this works. So let's say we want to go to our radio settings. We can go to our radio text. If we want to, we can turn that off or turn it back on. And you have your preset pages here. Come over to your phone list. This is where we just were a while ago when it came onto the connection options and your phone settings. You have your sound, which of course is going to allow you to adjust your tone, your balance and fade, your speed compensated volume, as well as your occupancy mode. Come over to your general settings. This is where you'll find things such as your language, temperature, units of measurement, tire pressure unit, touchscreen beep, as well as your software information. Come over here to your connectivity. That's going to deal with your Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, your connected vehicle features, as well as your wireless app projection. You do have vehicle settings here. You have your 30-minute max idle, rear occupant alert, your remote start setup, your wipers, your lighting, as well as locks. Come over here. You have vehicle hotspot. That's going to allow you to control you want the hotspot system on or off, your data usage, any settings, as well as to manage your devices, as well as help. You have software updates. That's going to allow you to get over-the-air updates over time. You have automatic updates here set, so that way it will automatically update the system for you. You also have a schedule that you can have set up in here as well. And then update details is going to give you the details of any updates that are going to be coming for the software system in the vehicle. You do have your Ford Assistant, which is basically the same thing in a way as your Google Assistant or your Amazon Alexa. 911 Assist, if you so ever need it. That's going to be whether you are going to be in need of any law enforcement presence, if you're involved in a fender bender or a major accident. And then valet mode, of course, is going to lock certain functions of the vehicle up so that way a valet cannot access it. It is going to be done via a PIN. You will also need to use that same PIN again in order to get the valet mode disabled. And then we come over here to features. This is going to be for things that come within the vehicle itself. So you have your driver assistance here for safety, towing, owner's manual, and record feedback. Like I mentioned, your driver assistance is going to show all your safety features that come with the vehicle standard, which includes your lane keeping system, pre-collision assist, your rear view camera delay, your blind spot information system, your parking aid sensors, your cross traffic alert, cross traffic braking, as well as your driver alert. And some of these, as you can see, you can enable or disable them. You have your towing here. As you can see, you can have a connection checklist. You can add a trailer, manage the trailers, as well as your trailer sway control and trailer connection notification. Of course, owner's manual is going to allow you to access your owner's manual within the vehicle system, so you don't necessarily have to rely on the book, because basically it's going to be kind of a simplified version of what's in that owner's manual, physical owner's manual itself. And then record feedback over here is going to allow you to record your voice via a microphone. And then last but not least, you have your apps here, which include your 5 mobile apps, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, YouTube, and mobile apps help. And then over here to the right, you do have your shortcuts, which includes your phone, your audio system, your off-road information, fuel economy, and your trip one information. Coming down below, we are taking a look now at your climate control systems. As you can see, you do have your 3-stage heated seats for the front, as well as your front passenger over here. You're going to have, of course, your dual zone climate controls. You do have your heated steering wheel, max AC, fan positioning, and all of that stuff, which is very nice. I'll turn the heated seat off because it's a warm day outside today. And overall, that's going to conclude the infotainment system tour here in the 2025 Ford Maverick XLT. Now, before we move on, this vehicle does have a 10-speed automatic transmission, and when you put it into reverse, you do get a nice backup camera with guidance lines, and they do adjust as you turn the wheel. You don't get the 360 camera in this one. That, of course, is going to require you to upgrade to the Lariat trim level to get that. Now, you do have a couple of the camera angles, which includes a split screen view, and then a top-down view below. Come below that, you have your air vents, followed by some controls here for your physical buttons. You have a physical volume knob, your seat track, your hazard switch, your brake hold, max AC. Below that, you do have an area where you can put your phone right here to charge via the 2 USB ports over here, USB-C followed by USB. You have a standard outlet right here. You have a little storage area over there, and then you can prop your phone up right here. So let's say if you're at a stop, or basically if you're waiting on someone, you can watch YouTube or something of that nature. You do have your 2 cup holders here, a little storage area here. You do have some controls here for things such as your traction control off, auto start stop function, and your hill descent control. You also have your electronic parking brake right here. Little storage area here. And as you come over here to your glove compartment, you have a decent amount of storage space inside. The seats themselves, being for an XLT, are very comfortable and they're very, very supportive. I like the Navy Pier interior because it's just a unique color. You don't really see a lot of blues in most modern day vehicles today. And I do like the medium slate portion up here. It does add a nice contrast, and the same can be said about down here as well. So overall, a really well presented seat from start to finish. Come over here to your glove box. You have a good amount of storage space inside here as well. You're going to have some of that plastic here as well as up here as well. You do have your mirror, followed by your controls here for overhead lights. You do also have your sunglass holder here. You do have your visor with a mirror inside. And then to the left, you're going to have the button here to open up the 3/4 window, headlight controls, as well as your gauge dimmer switches. And down here, you do have a trailer brake controller in the vehicle. Overall, this being the XLT, you do get a really nice idea of what you'll get between an XL and an XLT, and what to expect if you're going to be upgrading to a higher trim level. But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and continue the tour of the new Ford Maverick. Coming to the back, materials do follow through in this one, as you can see. You do have 1 seat pocket behind the front passenger. You do have 2 USB-C ports here, followed by a standard household plug-in. And then you have a powered armrest with 2 cup holders. This one here does have the Easy Fuel capless fuel filler, making it easier to fill up at the gas station, as well as an illustration of how to do it. This one does have the FX4 off-road package. The Maverick XLT does come with your halogen tail lamps in the back. You don't get LEDs unless you upgrade to the Lariat. You have your Maverick tag spelled out across, followed by your Ford emblem, your backup camera, and then you have rear parking sensors back here, followed by a tow hitch. This one here does have the towing package, of which this one here with the XLT can tow upwards of 4,000 pounds. If you don't have the towing package, you can only tow up to 2,000 pounds. Coming into the bed, you do have a span bed liner here from the factory, as you can see is really nice. You do have some hooks right here to connect some stuff up, of course. Now, this isn't a Pro Power onboard, but it kind of looks similar to a Pro Power onboard system, which is nice, followed by your LED cab lighting right over there. Under the hood of the Ford Maverick, we're taking a look at Ford's 2-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder engine. For 2025, power did dip a little bit, but torque is about the same. It's rated at 238 horsepower and 275 pound-feet of torque. It's going to be made to a 10-speed automatic transmission, and this one is going to be 4-wheel drive. Alright guys, it's now time to go over the window sticker for this particular vehicle. (2025) Maverick XLT all-wheel drive, 2-liter EcoBoost engine, automatic transmission, finished off in space white metallic with a Navy Pier / medium slate trim interior. As you can see, as it says here, all this stuff is going to be standard equipment. And then coming down below, you do have the Equipment Group 302A, which is for $575. The FX4 off-road package is for $800. The 4K tow package, which this one does have, is for $745. The XLT luxury package, as I was talking about, does give you the 8-way power driver's seat. You do get the remote start on this one. You do have the heated steering wheel as well as the heated seats, although it's not really posted on here, so it's going to show the 8-way power driver's seat. That's for $1,890, as well as your Ford Copilot 360, which does give you your parking sensors for $795. Has a base price of around $29,495. Options comes in at $4,805, and with a destination delivery charge of $1,595. The total MSRP for this one comes in at just a little under $36,000. However, you do have some some negotiable add-ons, as you can see, which does bring it up to $3,184 for a total price of this one coming in at just a hair over $39,000. Fuel economy for this vehicle also comes in at 22 city, 30 highway, and 25 miles per gallon combined. And you do have an overall vehicle score of 4 out of 5 stars from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. The Ford Maverick, like I said, does get a full-on refresh for 2025, and although I've reviewed the Lariat first, this was pretty cool to check out because not everyone is going to want to upgrade to a Lariat. They're likely going to want to at least go for an XLT because the XLTs are just as luxurious or as good as a Lariat is. The only difference with the Lariat is that you get leather seats, and pretty much that's about it. Everything else is going to be pretty much the same when you compare the XLT to the Lariat. The only other thing, though, is going to be price, which is going to be a little bit more expensive than this. But overall, with that being said, guys, that's going to wrap it up here for the walk-around and tour of the 2025 Ford Maverick XLT. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.